So we're being recorded, and this is going to be on YouTube afterwards. If you want to share it with anyone, I'll post the link in the group. So I'm going to share my slideshow, and it's really short. So if we have to go back to the photo album, I can do that. Just let me know. But let me screen share. Okay. All right. I hope everyone's watching because, like I said, it's only 21 seconds. So blink and you'll miss it. All right, here we go. Can you all see that? It's not playing yet, but it's showing. Okay. So this is us like excited to go on the trip, and that's the boat. And all right, I'm just watching all of it afterwards. Has anyone ever been on a cruise before? Whoops. Whoops. Anyone else ever been on a cruise?
When I was like 12.
So like this boat was incredible. Just all the stuff that they had, and you saw some of it, like they had mini golf, they had obviously a salon and spa, like karaoke, they had all different nightclubs, multiple restaurants, because there were 6,000 people. So just kind of, you know, the fact that it didn't ever really feel crowded, except like when we were getting on and off and like a little bit with the workouts, it just was like, just amazing. It's like a whole city. They had zip lining that I tried. You might have seen that video, screaming all the way down. But so just like the experience itself was really cool. And the fact that we had the whole boat, and there were kind of just different components. Like there's just your basic vacation, you know, for you and a guest where you get to hang out with whoever you bring. I got to bring Sean, and there was no additional cost. It's just like whoever is in your room, you can bring one person. Some people brought their mom or their, you know, friend or another coach on their team, maybe who joined recently and didn't have a chance to earn it. Some people brought their kids, and that also is, I think it was no additional cost for kids. You know, and there might be small costs because they're eating snacks. But so it just was like a chance to hang out with whoever you bring, and it really was a vacation. You know, we went snorkeling and just like relaxed, and like all of the food was included. Alcohol was not, but we got a $500 or no, $600 onboard credit, and that was for making Success Club 5. If you made Success Club 10 every month, it would have been $1,000 onboard credit. And elite coaches got a total of $2,500 onboard credit, which is crazy. So like, you know, there was one thing we wanted to do. You could take a 3-hour behind the scenes tour of the boat, and we're like super nerdy and wanted to do that and see just like, you know, how many people work there and where does the crew sleep, and like a tour of where the captain, you know, steers the ship from the bridge. And it was $150 a person. So I was like, you know, if we do this again and if we have more onboard credit, we would totally do that. But most of ours went towards getting a nicer room because by the time I got off the wait list, all of the less expensive rooms with no balcony, those were all taken. So we had a very nice balcony, but we had to pay a little bit for it. And then we used the rest on like our excursions and our onboard Wi-Fi. But it's just pretty cool. Oh, also, so just to talk a little more about how I earned this, there was a $300 deposit that I had to put down to reserve my spot when I got off of the wait list in October. And, you know, at the time I was kind of thinking like, okay, I'm paying $300 for this cruise, and cruises like aren't that expensive. So it's really not that good of a deal. But then later I found out there's taxes and fees where like when you're seeing the price for this cruise, and I think it was like $500 to $600, that doesn't include taxes and fees. And then the other thing it doesn't include is if you go on this cruise, you would have to pay $125 mandatory gratuity for your room service, or, you know, yeah, like the room service, turn down service, and your meals, the waiters. So that was covered by Beachbody. So the deposit actually covered both of those things. So it really, it was a lot better deal, obviously, than just buying the cruise. Plus, I got to spend the whole week with some awesome Beachbody people. So that's kind of what you're seeing on the next video that was going to start playing with a screen share. So that was one of the group workouts. And I think this was with Joel and Jericho. So these are, I think, I have a theory that they're going to release a program because Beachbody is all of a sudden posting about them all the time, and they have workouts in Beachbody on Demand, if you notice. And they were part of Les Mills, was it Pump or Combat? I think it was Combat. But so people know them, but they don't have their own program yet, but I think they're going to. So they were on the cruise, and Autumn was there, and Tony Horton and Siggy were there. And it was really cool just like seeing them around the boat, like I ended up waiting for the elevator with Autumn and just like didn't notice it until, because I was like super tired and, didn't have time to like pull out my camera. So I kind of regret that. But then there was one day, obviously these big workouts are super crowded, but you're up on the deck. Like there was one I did just at sunrise that was just awesome. Then you go to the Shakeology bar afterwards, and they had 2 different recipes every day. And it's just made there for you, and you can take as much as you want. So that was pretty cool to not have to like bring my own blender, which I usually do when I travel. And just to have like everyone there kind of interested. So you're not having to like miss things for your workouts, and you're not having to like decline, and be like, oh, I got to make my shake now. Cause like everybody just gets it. So that part of it was awesome. But then in addition to that, just seeing the trainers around, and like there was one day they had a panel with the trainers where they kind of talked about just their lifestyle and kind of tips for, because they some of them, like Tony works with celebrities. Like one of the workouts he did with us, he had given to Usher when he was a personal trainer for Usher. So they were talking about like when they work with celebrity clients, kind of how do they get them to take direction for, people who are kind of used to getting their own way. So that was what the panel was about. But then during the panel, Tony was like, I'm just going to do my own workout at 1:30 today if anyone wants to join me in the gym. And that just happened to be the day when I had overslept, because there was Jamaica is on a different time zone, and my phone adjusted. So the alarm went off at the wrong time. It wasn't on the ship time anymore. So I missed the morning workout, but then I got to work out with Tony in the afternoon, and it was a group of like 30 of us. You might have seen my video of that too, but he was like, I could like reach out and touch him. It was just awesome of him to like do that. Cause like I said, I would kind of want people to leave me alone. If you're always kind of on display the way they are, like, cause there are celebrities, but for him to like keep giving that way, I thought was pretty cool. So let's see what else. So there's obviously, the official Beachbody events, and they announced a new program, Country Heat, Country Line Dancing with Autumn. And we were the first to find out about that. Of course, it gets out within a few minutes on social media, but it just was cool to be in the room and like have them play the video and not know, like everyone was like, is this a joke? Because if you saw the video, it's kind of tongue in cheek. So we were like, is this real? And they're doing a reality show to pick one of the upcoming celebrity trainers for a workout program. So we're going to get to like sample the workouts and vote on it. And, so just to hear that and have it be like completely brand new and to feel the energy in the room was a pretty amazing experience. And then the other piece of it was they had a panel with the top 10 coaches. And I always find that, I might have heard some of those things before on national wake-up calls or even like YouTube videos with the same people, but I retain it more. It just makes more of an impression when I'm in the same room with them. So that was just really valuable, I thought. And, separately from this cruise, if you haven't been to a live event like Super Saturday, or Bridget and I have both been to the Platinum Edge, but in different years, unfortunately. Or obviously, if you haven't been to Summit, I really, really would encourage you to do that. You can still get on the wait list for Summit. And I think, you have a chance of getting in because a lot of people cancel. And just to get that in-person element of, doing the training in person and being in a room and in a city with so many other coaches, just kind of makes the business feel, it can feel a little lonely at times, or like you're only connecting with people through social media. And so to meet some of those people in person that you've only seen. And I saw like all the top coaches just around the ship, talk to some of them, talk to some people who aren't necessarily like top 10, but I have been following and connected with when I started 2 years ago. And those were like some pretty special experiences and conversations too. So then, oh yeah, and then just like there were people, you guys probably know that Willie is my success partner, someone from like a different team. She's on Meg's team too, but like a different branch of it. So she and I have been working together for over a year now, just checking in every day. And it's kind of like someone besides your upline who you can talk to help keep each other on track and set goals together, and sometimes like vent to that person if you need that. But she and I have been, we talk on Messenger every single day, often like, probably more than I talk to my husband. So, I met her at Platinum Edge also, but to see her again, and her husband was there, and like her husband and my husband kind of struck up a friendship, and that part of it was just fun too. Then we had dinner with a group of like 10 of other coaches from Meg's team who I had met at a couple of the retreats. So it just starts to be like some real relationships and real friendships. And I've kind of found that like every event I have gone to, it builds a little more. So, like when I went to the Platinum Edge, it was great to meet but it was so overwhelming to have that many people there. And I kind of felt lost a little bit. Like, I'd really been hoping to have that like solidarity feeling, and I kind of just felt like I was doing my own thing within like an enormous group. But like more and more, I'm starting to recognize people and, feel like I have friends among the big group. So yeah, I'm hooked and going to keep going I'm definitely going to Summit this year and get to some more live events. Meg has a retreat this fall, this September, for coaches who make at least diamond, and there are some other requirements, but that's open to the entire downline too, and that's in Florida. So hopefully, I don't know, Bridget, are you going to that?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, you also have to keep Success Club, and I missed a month, so I'm like, ah.
Oh, she did. I think she added that you can miss 1 month and still
Okay.
go.
Okay,
And
maybe.
then you have to have every month but one, and then you have to advance to diamond, or if you were diamond, then you have to get to at least
Yeah,
one
I get to
star.
1 star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope so, but I'm comes like late July, I'm becoming a single parent. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
we'll see.
All right. So we're both shooting for it.
Yes,
We haven't
good.
qualified yet, but it's definitely something to shoot for, both that retreat and the Success Club trip. Success starters, if you can still qualify for that, like all of these goals really definitely, this trip motivated me. Like I had that on my whiteboard all year long, like how many points I had earned, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. But it definitely pushed me, because I knew I was going to lose $600 if I missed a month of Success Club. So there were multiple months where it was the last day of the month, and I was just pushing, and obviously I would prefer it not get down to the wire, but I might have given up if it weren't for that. And it's because of that I got Success Club All-Star, really, I think. So let me see if I said everything that I wanted to say about. Let me just play the video one more time to make sure I mentioned everything I want to. Yeah, so I really didn't say that much about the Bahamas and Jamaica, but you know, the destinations were obviously really cool too. And there were a lot of different excursions that you could choose from. We went snorkeling in both places, but they had all kinds of like historical tours. They had scuba diving, they had, you know, just chilling on the beach. You could just even stay on the boat if you want to. But I've noticed that they've done cruises a few times, but they always switch it up every year, and they haven't ever repeated. They did like a trip to the Bahamas, but it wasn't a cruise. And we weren't even supposed to go to the Bahamas. It was supposed to be Haiti before the Zika virus broke out. So they definitely switch up the destination every year. It seems like people, you know, who've been on it year after year, they don't repeat, so they can keep going to new places. So I think it's pretty awesome. And, you know, they don't have to do this. Like, we're already rewarded. We're paid for, you know, the challenge packs that we sell. So this is just really the icing on the cake. And it just was a really fun way to celebrate all of our hard work in the past year. So do you guys have any questions? Anything that I haven't mentioned that you wanted to before I get into Punta Cana and how to earn that?
I have a question. Like, was there a Beachbody event every day? Or
There definitely was stuff going on every day. The way they organized it, we had 2 days with excursions and then 2 days at sea. So the days when we were at sea and just obviously traveling on the ship all day long, that's when they had the panels. And so, you know, that when you're off the ship for your excursion, that gets to be a pretty busy day. So they didn't have anything else big on those days. But they had all kinds of little things going on. There was like a basketball tournament that was like Beachbody corporate versus coaches. We didn't go to that, but and the ship had all kinds of like its own entertainment. But in terms of the Beachbody stuff, I think they had a party every night, and we did not get to any of that. That's like my one regret, but we got a lot of sleep. And I felt awesome all week because of it. But they had like just really fun. You know, there was a glow party. There was a 70s party with people with like huge wigs and bell bottoms and platforms. They had a theme night, which they announced in advance so everybody could bring their outfits. And then for the top 200 of Success Club points, it was for March 1st through 9th only. So I did not qualify for this, unfortunately, but there was a photo op. So you got to take your picture with the trainers that were on the cruise. And then they also, for the top 50, they got a sneak preview of the new Country Heat program with Autumn. So there were other, you know, things going on. There was an elite party. There was a top 10, like drinks with Carl. Some people had a lot of events. We really just had those two panels. And then, you know, the social stuff. There was like a big welcome on the first day with Michael Neiman and Jeff Hill, and they wore their Shakeology suits. If you haven't seen it, it's like a big Shakeology bag that you wear as like a Halloween costume. So yeah, there was kind of something happening every day, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't so much that it felt busy.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, and also I really wish Shanti had been on, and obviously Shalene too, but I guess Shanti gets really seasick. So last time he like came out to teach Insanity Max 30 and then just went back in his room the rest of the time. So that's kind of sad.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess it's just like people who either they came out with a program recently or they're coming out with one soon. So it was like the Hammer and Chisel folks. But that's okay. And obviously 22-minute hardcore. But, you know, it would have been great to have the whole family, but maybe next time. Any other questions? All right, so let me stop the screen share and I'm going to get into the Punta Cana website to show you. So you can go look this up yourself. The address is Punta Cana PUNTACANA 2017.com. And I'll share the screen with you so you can see what it looks like.
I have to go feed
Okay.
someone. Hopefully I'll be back.
Okay.
But I'll be
No worries. Okay. All right, share screen. Here we go. All right, puntacana2017.com, and then it redirects here, successclubtrip2017.com. So you could just put that in too. So is anybody on the wait list for this yet? So you can get on. There's no cost to get on the wait list. Big orange button right here. And then you can just decide if your name comes up, whether you want to put down a deposit or not. There's nothing to lose by going on the wait list. And I'm not going to lie, last year, I was on the wait list, like I said, till October. I purposely didn't sign up on the very first day because I wanted to get on the wait list. But then I was like number 6,000, So every month you get an update, and I was like watching my number kind of rise and rise, and then they send you the number of trip dollars that you've earned. So it was motivating me even before I got on. Could be good for your business just to get on the wait list. I'm just saying. Nothing to lose. And then there's more info down here. There's a diagram with like all of the rooms. So there's a schedule, FAQ, waitlist form, and then the official rules is the main one that I refer to a lot. So once it loads, okay. So there's 2 waves. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if you have to decide when you go on the wait list which wave you're going to be in. I'm going to post which one I'm in because I can't remember right now. But it was the one that Bridget's in too, and Meg's team decided on. So if you have to decide if you're going on the wait list, we'll let you guys know so you can pick the one to be with us. So then we get to the room types. So probably, like I said before, for the cruise, the cheapest rooms sold out really fast, and there weren't very many of that type. We discovered once we got on the boat, we realized like almost all the rooms had balconies. There was nothing that didn't have a view, and so that's why there just weren't very many available. But this resort, it's the Hard Rock Resort and Hotel, and they have a lot of these. It's the smaller rooms, but the $1,200. So the total cost is $1,500. It's $1,200 that you can earn plus your $300 deposit. Obviously, if you want a super fancy room, you could get the other type, but probably most of us are not quite at that level yet. Maybe next year. But so once you would get off the wait list, that's when you pay your deposit. And then $1,200, how you earn that, you can either earn it or the amount, if you still want to go and you haven't earned the full amount, you can pay the rest. Or, if something happens and you had to cancel, you just forfeit your deposit. But there are certain dates that you could get back your quarterly payments if you've made any. And that's all in here. But I'll just go over the really most important detail, which is how to earn that $1,200. So it says here, for every Success Club point you receive, you earn $5. But if you hit Success Club, so that's at least 5 Success Club points in 1 month, and all those points for that month are doubled. So as long as you're hitting Success Club, it's $10 per point. So that means you would need 120 points over the course of a year to earn your room just fully paid, $1,200. Or obviously, if you don't quite make 120 points, you can still go on the trip and just, you'll still get a discount on your room and just pay some amount. So if it's a place that you want to go and, the timing works out for you and you want to have that getaway and experience the live event, like I was saying, you could still sign up and obviously shoot for that 120 points, but it's not the end of the world if you don't quite get there. Any questions about that so far? And then here they have minimums. So I have to read a little more carefully. I haven't focused on it because just, got to get this number of points. But like, so, I had 10 in January. So I have to get 10 between January and March. I got that covered. But if you didn't have that many, if your name came up on the wait list, you wouldn't get called. You still just stay on the wait list, I believe. You have to make Success Club also in the month that your name is called in order. Otherwise, you just stay where you are. And, if you make it the following month, you would get called at that time. So 10 in the first 3 months and then 5 more. So a total of 15 by June 30th. So that's what it is. So if you are called, say, in July, you have to have at least 15 points so far in the year in order to get off the list. And if you're called after October 1st, then you have to have at least 20 points so far in the year. So those are the minimums. Obviously, we hope you're all shooting for at least 5 per month, so this shouldn't be an issue, but to think about how it applies to you based on when you would get called off the wait list, that's what to consider. So there's a lot more detail in here. If you are interested, read the fine print, but definitely put your name on the wait list. Because like I said, it takes, 1 minute and you got nothing to lose. Right, so who's going to put their name on the wait list tonight? Anyone? Yes. All right. Well, I'm going to post in Team Fit.Sexy.Balanced after this. I'll post this link again with what wave we're in. And I hope you guys comment that you registered, okay? So what do you guys think? Does this look like fun?
It does. It would all depend on when it is.
Yeah. So the dates are, so it's here are the dates, but you're probably wondering which wave we're in, and I'll tell you that.
Right, yeah.
I think it was the second one. I don't know. I have to look. Don't quote me on that.
Thought so. I thought she said the coral wave, but I can't remember.
Hey, I'm pretty sure it's the later one because I remember being like, oh, it's like so late. Why do I want to go on vacation in May? But you know what I mean? Like, why can't I be in January? But that's how they're able to provide this for us too, because the resort is not as expensive. So
yeah, that's off season.
Yeah, it's fewer points for us to earn than to cover the cost of our room. We want to be able to say that it's fully paid for.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our free meeting is ending in 10 minutes. Any questions? Any comments? Are you guys going to Summit?
When is that again?
It is the very end of July. It's July 28th through the 31st in Nashville. Jasmine, you're going? Do you have a ticket?
I actually do. I signed up that Saturday while they were all at Summit last year and then just barely made it above the wait list.
Awesome. Yeah, that's when I got my ticket too. And things are going to start moving, Sarah, if you put your name on that wait list, because right now it's really long, but the deadline is, I don't know when the deadline is there are tickets that are transferable, but it's like everybody who got one kind of just in case, and maybe they're really not doing the business or they realize that they can't get the time off or whatever it is, but tons.
Yeah, right now it's time off. That's the problem.
Yeah. So I'm just going for the Thursday and Friday and until Sunday, but I wanted to go for the whole week, but it's just not working out for us. So it'll be quick. Probably won't sleep, but
oh well, once a year, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm excited. Jasmine, where are you staying? Do you have a hotel yet?
No. I'm debating that because it kind of depends. I know that they have that first deposit that they're going to be putting down, that they're going to be taking out of everybody who has a hotel room. So I'm kind of waiting to see if maybe something opens up there.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure yet.
Yeah, that's going to happen. And last year, I remember there were tons of people at the last minute desperately trying to offload their hotel rooms. So I haven't been worried about it at all, but there are some people who've been just discussing it in the Diamond and Above group. And we have like some rooms that people have reserved within our team that they're not going to be using. So if you would be interested, within the next couple weeks in finalizing it, I think they're wanting people to pay in advance. But if you're able to do that, let me know. And you could, there's at least 4 rooms, I think, of 4 people each that we're going to be doing. So cool. We can talk offline about that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else, guys, before we wrap up? Thanks for listening. I feel a little bit like I was gloating, but it really was an awesome experience. I just, I remember my first year when I joined, and like I joined in December, but then I was really, really starting to work it in April or no, March, when everyone went on this cruise last time.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like I can never do that, or like I want to, but I don't know how I would ever get that many points. So it just really was like a very exhilarating feeling to actually earn it.
Yeah.
You guys will get there too. There's definitely a delay. That's like the only hard part is, like I said, we're kind of already into earning the 2017 trip. And you still can definitely do it, but it's like every month that goes by, it gets like the bar gets a little higher to earn it fully paid. So we're already kind of looking ahead to, okay, what's it going to be for 2018, which sounds like a long time away. But if you commit to this business for the long run, like if you really, really believe in what we're doing, and you know that you're here and you're just going to do it and persevere, kind of whatever it takes, then, like next year, by the time registration happens, I'll be a Success Club legend, which is 24 months. So then we get the advanced registration and we don't have to do the like refresh, like the minute it opens to get a room or your number 6,000 on the wait list. So that'll be kind of cool. But like, by that time I will have been a coach for 3 years. So there definitely are benefits to longevity if you stick it out. You're in good company, guys. Stick with it. All right. Well, that's all I have. Hope you guys have an excellent week.
Same to you. Happy holidays.
Yeah. Happy Easter. All right. Well, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.